Hail and well met friends. Welcome to episode 3 of Deep Travel, and welcome to Seabright, fourth planet of the Alioth star system. Although I've been here before, this lovely planet still had a couple of surprises up its sleeve for me. We've achieved a nice stable orbit with a period of about 8 hours. I prefer high altitudes for preliminary orbital surveys, because it allows me to get a better look at the planet's features. In about 15 to 20 minutes, we're going to be treated to a spectacular sunrise. Our first surprise was a rather nasty one, if scientifically interesting. Seabright has an axial tilt similar to that of Uranus. This means that although entering the system from Lambda Boötis saved us the trouble of aligning with the system's ecliptic plane, we still have to align with the planet's equatorial plane. Okay, we don't have to, but it will make getting to the other planets a bit more difficult if we don't. The second surprise was rather more interesting. We have moons. They don't show up in the information display because they're little more than Phobos-class rocks, although the first moon is almost round. The planet is considered Earth-like, but a glance at the stats reveals drastic differences. It is very cold overall, but may be warmer at high latitudes on the daylight side. The seasons will be insane, and the atmosphere is not breathable. Among the similarities to Earth that we do see is the size. It's slightly larger, but less massive. The resulting lower density would explain the lower gravity. Speaking of gravity, it's a very tolerable 70%. You would be able to walk much like you would on Earth, but your steps would be quite a bit more lively, and you would be able to jump higher. The day length is noticeably shorter, although this would be more relevant at lower latitudes. We intend to land closer to the sunward pole, meaning we would never see the sun set. That could be very difficult for colonists to get used to. Solar power generation will be difficult. We're 11 AUs out from the sun, farther than Saturn is from Sol. It's a good thing the atmosphere is composed of hydrocarbons, like Titan. Now, I think any world that isn't a gas giant or otherwise instantly lethal to humans, I'm talking to you, Venus, could potentially be used for something, even if just a radio telescope or a science outpost. But I would hesitate to set up a colony here. The night side will be too cold, and on the day side our habitat domes would need some sort of artificial daylight system so humans could go to sleep and wake up without losing their minds. What do you think? Would you want to live on Seabright? How would you go about adapting to local conditions? Leave your answers in the comments below. These sites alone, in my opinion, make spaceflight worth all the danger and expense. In the next episode, we'll be heading outward, to Duat. I won't spoil it for you, you can easily do that yourself if you have this version of Space Engine, but in some ways, that planet is even more of a treat. If anything really interesting happens, I'll show some highlights from the trip. Otherwise, see you there.